get one of these. Anyway, this year Volbeat is doing the festivals all around Europe, 11 to be exact. So I'm prepping John's drums. He got a new kit this year. It is like a clay putty gray color, which I'll show you in a minute. But the reason for this video is on 5 of his toms we do internal miking. We've been using the May systems, and we might still have to with the 8-inch tom because I don't think the new version will fit, but we're going to see. Anyway, for years we've been using the Kelly Shu mounting system, probably for the last, well, since I've worked for them. We've used for 15 years that I've been with them. Yeah, we've used the Kelly Shu bass drum mount in both his bass drums, in all his drum sets, and quite honestly, I've never had to replace one. They're amazing. If you don't have one, go get one. I'll put a link below for everything I'm using. But yeah, they're just the best. Anyway, a lot of bands that I work for use them. Most bands do now. But more recently, and I'm not sure when these came out, Kelly Shu put out internal miking for tom-toms and things like that. So I have what they call Tommyz, which are this, so you can mount inside the tom-toms. Up until now, we've been using the May system, which is just kind of a triangle metal plate. Let's see if I have one here somewhere. I think I do. Yes. They look like this. Then you attach a mic mount and a mic, and you screw it onto the inside of the drum using the existing screws. I think I've done it. I know I've done a video before on using those. The first time I used them was back in 2013. There is a video for that. I'll put a link below for that if you want to check that out. And that was the first time I did internal miking on drums. Since then, that's all we've used. And now that Kelly Shu came out with Tommyz, I've never installed these, so we're going to see how it goes. And I'm going to show you some of the process. And we also have, you can buy separately the cabling that it comes with, and you can get this separate as an accessory. It's a Kelly Shu plug, XLR to XLR for your microphone, your internal microphone. And however you're mounting it, you can use their cabling to get the XLR to be on the outside of the drum, so you can just plug it in and go. So anyway, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to unpackage this and get started, and I will see you in a bit. All right, so I do a little unboxing. We have the mount for the microphone. We have the rubber ring that it's going to mount on. We have the standard Kelly Shu leather straps that hold the cable. The actual cable, XLR, which will mount on the outside of the drum. Wire will go through the breather hole and then plug into the XLR that plugs into the microphone with an 1/8-inch jack already included. Easy on, easy off. And then, last but not least, this, which actually mounts to your tension rods on your drums. So you can attach it to, like on this drum, attach it right here, and then the XLR will mount right in there, so you can just plug it in on the outside of the drum. It's kind of neat. Very smart. And then the instruction manual, which I will be following because I've never done these before. It looks pretty self-explanatory. However, I am going to follow the instructions. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm taking off one of the internal screws, the one closest to the middle of the drum, which is basically the top lower screw of one of these. And then I'm going to take one of these straps and this ring. I'm going to wrap this around the ring, put the screw through, and then reattach it to the inside of the drum. So I basically just repeat this all the way around the drum. Ah, now I can see. What do you know? Okay, so far, that's what we got. You can kind of see how the straps go with the rubber ring, and this is going to go all the way around. And then we're going to attach our mount after that. So now this attaches to there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, wow, that's pretty awesome. Check that out. Huh. You can even attach the mic before you put this on, I suppose. Well, we use the D2 in this one. Okay. I was kind of afraid of that. So let me just show you what the problem is here if I leave it where it is. So I'll put this on real quick. I'll leave the mount the way it is. It looks like that. And then it's going to be off center. So I want to move it. So all you do, strap it a different way. Yeah. Okay, so solved my problem, I think. With the small drums, it's going to be hard to get it right in the center. But as long as it's pointed towards the center, you can kind of adjust these a little bit. I'm going to plug this in ahead of time. So I'll just show you what we have here. So now you can kind of see it's towards the center of the drum, and I can point it with the tilter. Put this into the microphone. And there's my microphone. Onto the clip. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but okay. And then usually in true fashion I will tape it so that it doesn't fall off. The microphone doesn't fall off the clip. So I'll just throw a little piece of gaff on it. All right, so obviously if the bottom head was off the drum, I'd be able to get things a little easier, but the way this hangs on the drum, it's on the set is like that, so I want the XLR to be on the outside, probably here or here. So I'm going to throw this through the breather hole in the drum. Right here. And I'm going to plug it into the back of the microphone. Now, I would usually tape that too, but it clicks in pretty tight, so I don't think it's going to come off. You know, I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust it, Kelly Shu. If that comes unplugged, I'm going to report it. All right, so this looks pretty good so far. I'm just going to make sure all my screws are tight, just in case I got distracted. I missed one. It does happen time to time. All tight, good. Okay, so that's what we're looking like so far. Okay. Like bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. It's not going to be too close to the head, I don't think. So that's good. Kind of looking at it from a different angle. Yep, should be good. All right. Last step. Mounting the XLR on the outside. One of the tension rods. And that requires this. This goes around the XLR and then goes on the tension rod. So now that that is all secure, we can put the head back on. Cool. I decided that we were going to put the XLR over here on this tension rod, right here. So this is going to mount actually like this. There we go. And get them all lined up. Get them kind of finger started. Finger started. This is going to face this way. Okay. So that. Okay. And then, oh, forgot one step. I want to take all this cable, feed most of it into the drum, and zip tie it. I want to have a little play out here, so I'm going to feed this in, I think. Maybe I'll, should I attach it to the bottom of the drum, maybe? I'm thinking I'm going to attach it to the bottom of the drum. If I attach it to the bottom of the drum, I only have to, every time I change the top head, I don't have to worry about detaching this and reattaching it. Maybe the bottom head would be better. So let's do that. So actually I'm going to attach it here instead. Maybe on the next one. Just trying to think of how it hangs on the kit. So let's go do the wire inside. Okay. So let's see, there we go. Just tied it there so it doesn't go anywhere. So now we're going to put the top head back on. The XLR to the tension rod I want to attach it to. Oh, and if you haven't seen one of these before yet, go get one. I was skeptical at first. Evan's put these drum keys out. This is a drum key. But that's another video. This is kind of a Kelly Shu video, but I'm going to tell you about this anyway. This is the new drum key, the pull cord, ripcord drum key. On, off, and then tension. And you basically just stick it on the tension rod of your choice and pull the thing, and it gets down to flush. That easy, done. So the same thing with taking them off, which is kind of incredible. But okay, flush, couple pulls, and it's flush. I was really skeptical at first when I saw the idea, because I saw all these gimmicks out there, but this actually works really, really well. So go get yourself one on their website. I'll put a link below. I really like it. So you're done, and then I can just tune it with the same key. Which I'll just tighten it up. I'll tune it on the kit. Okay, so we're going to flip the drum over, and we're going to attach this What is floating around in the drum? What's floating around in the drum? The hell? What is that? What is that? It's a microphone. The hell? Oh, well, yeah. It's because it's on a bungee cord. It's hitting the top head when I turn the drum over. But it's not going to do that when he's playing it. So that's what's happening. I tip the drum over. And the microphone hits the head. Okay. So, in my opinion, it's not ideal only because if you have to store your drums in the case, on their side, the constant movement of the drum is going to keep banging that microphone against the drum head as it rides in the truck or whatever. So now I got to see with the bigger tom, see if it's further away and it does that. I don't think, maybe it won't, but I kind of think it's going to be the same. And that might be an issue. How do I remedy that? I could pull the mic back, I guess. It does have an adjustment where I can make it further away. Let's try it and see if that helps. I just got to get through this first one, then I'm going to know how to do the second one. Aren't you glad I brought you on this journey? All right, so now I'm taking the drum back. Okay. 3 pulls, tension rod's off. 2 on that one. Pull cord drum key from Evans. That actually is going to work. That's way better. It's a little further away, but I don't think it's going to matter. And the cable is not touching the other head. So that's important too. All right, so lesson learned. Pull it all the way back as far as it'll go so that, well, we'll see once we get the head back on. That actually made a difference. So what I did there was a little adjustment because the microphone mount has a little runway where the mic sits, and you can adjust it on this runway to be forward or back. And so I did that all the way back, further away from the head, so that when I tip this drum upside down, it doesn't sound like there's something rolling around in the drum. And when it's riding on its side, if it rides on its side, it will be no wear and tear on the drum head. So the other thing I'm going to see on this run is, because these are new, is I'm curious to see what fails, if anything, without me going overboard with the socking stuff up and all that. I mean, I did tighten stuff up so that it wouldn't move, but I'm interested as it rides if it's as good as the other Kelly Shu in the bass drums, where I don't have to readjust the microphone every day, take the head off and readjust it. I'm very curious about that. So, all right. Well, it does if I really wiggle it, but I think on its side it's going to be fine. Well, we'll see, guys. I mean, we'll see. All right. So I'm going to attach this to this tension rod right here. And then I'm going to put it on the drum set and I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you how it's going to look. Okay, so I have it back on the drum set, and this is where you would plug in the microphone. Click. But I think it might be better if I put it so he does that, maybe? Click. Or how about here on this tension rod, so we can just go click. Maybe this one would be a better option. So I'm going to switch that. All right, guys, so I opted to mount it a little lower, so all you got to do is go plug it right in here, and I'm going to do it on this drum Probably the same spot. And then I'm going to do it on this drum and that drum. Not sure where I'm putting them yet. And then the 8-inch tom, I think I'm just going to have to go the old May system, which the XLR will come out of this port and be sitting like here. So they'd go click like that. Anyway, this is John's new kit for the festival run this summer, 2026. It's in a putty gray Pearl Masters series drums. Get yours while you can. Available Pearl drums. I'll put the link below where you can get the kit if you want one, and where you can get all this Kelly Shu stuff. I hope this video helped you. Like I said, it was my first time using this product. I like it. I think there's some stuff that might need improvement, but I'm not going to know until it's road tested. And this hasn't been on the road yet. I'm sure other people have used it, but I haven't used it yet. So we're going to see how I feel about it after we actually get going on this tour. I'll give you an update. Yeah, so also thank you to Kelly Shu and May mounting systems, because we've used those forever. But the new Kelly Shu system, I like it so far. We'll see how it goes. But thank you for supplying us with these, and I'm looking forward to using them and see how long they last. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye. Oh, hello everyone. Brass Pop. Third to last show. So I want to give you an update on the Kelly Shu. So as you heard in the video, I used the Tommyz, and they're working out quite well. You can kind of see past there. This one's holding on really well. This one's holding on really well. This one's holding on really well. Now in this one, I told you I might use the May system, and I did. I used the steel plate. I don't know if you can see that. However, I used the cabling from the Kelly Shu. So everything internally has been stable. Very pleased with them. Some criticisms that I have. One being the hose clamp idea. It's nice. However, when the audio gets plugged in and these spin, it turns the tension rod. Not every time, but most times on these, and which basically means I got to retune and check those for retuning the bottom head. That's really my only gripe, I think, with them. I had to bend this one for it to grip more, but I had to actually crimp it a little bit and then stick the XLR in because this was slipping out. So there's a couple little minor things that I think could be, I don't know, improved maybe. But overall, they're working out really well. I haven't had any problems with the wires coming disconnected inside. Like I said, I didn't tape them because they do click in. The 1/8 inch jack clips right in. So those have been really good. I'm pretty happy with them overall. So bravo, Kelly Shu. Go get yourself some Tommyz and rig your kit up. Let's go. Rig it up for rock and roll. Thanks for watching, everybody.